Hello and welcome to the Savant podcast. Today is episode 75. My name is Brett Endies. I am a professional dog trainer. Right now, the podcast, although we're trying to keep it dog training relevant, we got a lot going on in the world. It is March 27, 2020. We're in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic. Everybody is not self-isolating, but has stay-at-home orders in most of the world at this point. I've done the last couple podcasts talking about some ideas of maybe what to do for your dog and yourself while going through this. But it's getting, we've got it covered here, but it's dire. Mentally, people are going to diminish. Our dogs, our family, our goals, our future, it's all going to suffer if we don't get this under control really quickly. And I try to stay optimistic in life, but for the outcome of this, I'm kind of pessimistic, to be honest with you. I've been sharing more of what I've done to take action, and I just hopefully this will motivate you if you're not. Maybe encourage you to get out of the city like I did. I was in Los Angeles, and I was just for some stroke of luck, we were able to move. The end of December without realizing this was going to happen. But boy, do I feel a lot better here, self-isolating, and when I have to go out and run errands. Where there's less concentration of people, less cases of this. And I'm not saying, hey, if you're in the middle of the city, I feel for you, and whatever you can do, maybe you can take pieces of this of how you can do what we're doing on a smaller scale. I've seen many videos of people that, they're doing their own little mini homestead in apartments and on, windowsills and rooftops and in small yards and, urban settings or, and that's really what it's coming down to is where me and Kate and, my daughter and just anyone close to me feels that it's time to start taking care of yourself and not relying on others, the government, the ability for things to be there, for your future to be, or money to be there just as needed as I had thought it was. I became, what you would define as successful financially, and luckily I've struggled big time, and I've talked about my past. I've slept in my car, so it had just only the past few years I've had means, but boy, it gets you right into survival mode again quick, that's for sure. It sucks, but you have to have that confidence that you know how to handle. You have the planning, you have the foresight, the self-awareness to deal with it now, so as it gets worse, you're not going to be suffering or dead, or your families are going to have consequences because of this. And this means taking care of your own food, making sure that you have the ability to provide heat, power, protection, staying healthy. All these things are insurance plans that I found that financial insurance, even if things go back to normal, I will never rely on that ever again the way I did. That if you just keep working hard, everything's going to keep coming to you as you had planned, because this just took everybody for a ride that they didn't expect. And pardon me, I'm just sort of venting here. As you know, this podcast is a bit of my therapy also. But with the anxiety, you have to be able to keep taking action. I'm anxious as all shit, but I still have to deal with it because I want to survive. I don't want to lose my comfort where I'm not knowing where my next meal comes from, because I don't know, supermarkets maybe will have some sparse items on the shelves, but do you want to go there in public and risk getting sick just to get food items or get what's rationed out to you, when they decide they want to take over and tell you how and when you're going to eat or get your needs met? Nonsense. So with all that said, we started, as I mentioned in the last podcast, a aquaponics garden. We're going to have fish. We're going to have rainbow trout, maybe tilapia in another tank. We've got our chickens growing quick. We're going to start getting some eggs. Going to be getting some hunting tags for next season if they're allowing this in the state of Colorado, and stocking up my freezer. We've got ourselves stocked up, yes, in ammunition. Kate got herself a new rifle that she can handle. We got as much as we could get while we were, able to. Now they limit the ammo if it's even available. So all these things. Why? Not because we're going doomsday prepper style, because we're smart. We see how people are acting. We're aware. And just in case, what's the worst case scenario? Okay, I have an extra months of food that I'm going to have to keep or donate or just eat stuff that I wouldn't readily eat. Doing it already. I'm not going out to my favorite restaurants anymore. So who cares if it's ramen and canned Dinty Moore, whatever the hell we got there stocked up. but try to eat healthy. With that said, we also did stock up on a lot of freeze-dried vegetable and just plain chicken, not just all processed carbohydrate, sugar-laden shit, because that's gonna kill you mentally and physically. I already see, because I'm eating a little shitty. You know, it just happens in life when you're stressed, and I'm sure all of us are having our indulgences now as a cushion for the blow of what the hell's going on right now. But I don't feel as good mentally, sharp. Physically, I feel more lethargic. I slept more. It's just not good. So I'm getting back on it. It was just a couple days slip up just to cope. But, you know, you're allowed that. But then you have to move forward. I'm taking my own advice. It's not just for anyone listening. This is me telling myself I need to do this. All right, so that's it. So right now I'm in the building stage. I've got the frame. We have it's a sunroom, but it can easily be a greenhouse. It's very well insulated, so it's good because we live at high altitude and it's 10 plus months of winter up here. But we can keep it climate control. We can grow anything we like if we're diligent about it. And it's cool. We're excited. I've grown in the past. I've gardened, but never on this level where we're doing it now, you know, ideally for our own subsistence. We're hoping to even maybe make a small business out of this, as people are going to be less able to go to the store comfortably. At least that's what I anticipate. More local, you know, procuring of your food is going to be, you know, how people are going to do it. And I want to be able to provide that. People who need it, we can offer that, because we're going to have a surplus. I could see that already with all the, you know, different vegetables we're sprouting. Let me even list what we're growing here. I'm gonna try to remember, probably like 8 or 10 different ones. We've got let's see, we got Swiss chard, we've got spinach, broccoli rabe, zucchini, some kind of beans. We've got peas, carrots. What else? We got onions. There's a couple other ones, and I'll post it on social media. Maybe I'll make some videos. I'm hardly an expert, but we've lived life enough and watch enough videos and trial error. But I'm building the grow beds now, which are going to have a not drip system, so the water flows down. It's like an ebb and flow type setup. My girlfriend's actually looking into all the how-tos. I'm just kind of building as needed, you know, the framing and whatnot. So it's just going to be just reclaimed wood we're using around the property that the last owners had. I've pretty much got everything I need. We're getting some buckets. These are, well, not buckets, they're going to be more like tanks. They're these giant, they're called IBC water totes, and they're these food grade totes that you can cut open and create fish tanks and then plumb them where they can have the right systems for aquaponics. So we're going to be ordering a set of that today. Also, because it gets cold, we have to supplement any kind of heating that we have in the greenhouse with, it's called thermal mass heating, I think. And what it is where you get these 55-gallon plastic water barrel drums, and you paint them black. And what they do is the sunlight, it absorbs into the water and collects heat during the day, and then at night it radiates it out. It's a free way to even just create a few more degrees heat in your space. So these are all things I'm going to just take pictures of it, show. I hardly want to be the garden guy, but this is what I'm doing. I'm doing more of this than training dogs right now. Just trying to do as much as I can to keep busy and productive and invest in my future, because financial investments are not as guaranteed as something that I have control over, like a garden and aquaponics. With that said, I am doing online training. If you do need training, I would love to help you, and it helps me. I don't have any clients right now, so being able to have some stream of income and be able to stay the dog man in any capacity I can would be awesome. So when we get back in the real world, I'm not rusty and I'm just ready to just segue back. And we're creating an online program. Hopefully within a few months, I'm going to have courses available for you. They're going to be reasonably priced. It's going to be content, same as you would go on Teachable. It's going to be a lot of video courses, professionally done. So the modules are going to really be create content that's going to guide you through as if you were a client of mine in the real world, and the same items that we deal with when we're going through our training sessions. So we're going to have different modules related to whether it be puppy training, obedience needs, problem behavior solving, of course. So that we're working on now too, that I'm excited for also. And I think we're going more virtual, at least for the time being, so I might as well start promoting my availability in that world. I'm not a big, yes, I did a show, but I'm not all about, demonstrating on Facebook Instagram stories, everything I do. People say that's what I need to do right now because you have nothing but time, and this is how people are going to see you and learn about you, because you cannot get in front of them in the real world, which worked well for you, but now it's not going to happen. So that's what I'm trying to do. But I think I'm going to make the stories maybe a little more like, hey, look, here's how the greenhouse is coming along, or here's how the chickens are growing, or here's what we do with the chickens or greenhouse. Here's some dog training tips, or just try maybe a few little cutesy things of having fun or trying to pass the time and share my life of self-isolation as everyone else is sharing theirs. But I want it to be useful and purposeful as well. All right, have I said enough? I hope so. So today's podcast, not really dog related, more just what's going on, talking about the state of affairs. Hope everyone is staying safe. Like I said last time, if there's any way I can help you in any way, I guess it's the dog thing because that's what I'm best at. Contact me if you're a client. Just reach out. If you're somebody who needs help in the in the real world, but you can't get training done, let's try to do a session virtually. Let's do a FaceTime telephone session. That might be able to help you. It has others, so hopefully it can do for you too. So anyway, and also please don't forget to rate, review, share, subscribe. Tell everybody. That's really how this podcast gets more people watching, and that's really what I got to do is get that content out there and get the virtual world to see that I exist so I can help you, a dog owner, and share whatever I know to entertain. All right, well, thanks again. Have a great day.